Good morning, everyone. Myself, R. Prabhu, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. The course name is Web Programming. The course code is U190ECS003. Today, we are going to discuss about the topic is Introduction to Web Programming. First of all, we are going to discuss the basic definition of web programming. Yeah, the web programming refers to the writing, markup, and coding involved in web development. That is called as web programming. The most common languages used for web programming are XML, HTML, JavaScript, Goldfy, and PHP. Today, we are going to discuss about the contents. The first thing is Internet. And the second one is the World Wide Web. And the third thing is we're going to discuss the basic things present in a HTML language, that is hypertext markup language. First, we are going to discuss about the Internet. Yeah, what is meant by Internet? Internet is a connection of computer networks using the Internet protocol. There are different types of Internet protocols available, that is namely FTP, HTTP, SMTP, SNMP, likewise. Here FTP is your file transfer protocol and HTTP is your hypertext transfer protocol. And the third one, SNMP, is a simple network management protocol. And another one is your SMTP, that is simple mail transfer protocol. So, what's the difference between the Internet and World Wide? Internet is a connection of computer networks using the Internet protocol, and World Wide Web is a consortium going to standardize the thing. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss about the brief history behind the Internet. In the year early 1960s to 70s, it began as a US Department of Defense network that is called as ARPANET, that is Advanced Research Project Agency. Began in the year 1960s to 70s. And they started the initial services like electronic mail and file transfer. And it is opened to a commercial interest in the year late 80s. Then the World Wide Web, that is WWW, created in the year 1989 to 91 by Tim Berners-Lee. The popular web browsers released in the year 1994, the Netscape is released, and in the year 1995, the very most popular browser, that is Internet Explorer, released in the year 1995. Then the purchasing through online using Amazon.com, likewise. Yeah, the Amazon is opens in the year 1995, and the most popular search engine, that is Google, that is opens in the year January 1996. Then the popular web page created, the first web page, that is Amsterdam, in the year 1999. And next, we are going to discuss what are the key aspects should be present in the Internet. So, in that, the sub-networks can stand on their own, as well as the computers can dynamically join and leave the network. It's based fully on built upon standards, so anyone can create a new Internet device. It's having some lack of centralized control, mostly the lack of centralized control, and So the everyone can use it with simple and commonly available software. So everyone can use it with simple and commonly available softwares. Then the people and organizations involved in that field, that is IETF, it's named as Internet Engineering Task Force. That is one of the Internet Protocol standards. Then ICANN, that is Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. It's only going to decide the top level domain names. The ICANN is going to decide the top level domain names. And the third one is the World Wide Web Consortium, that is W3 Web Standards. Okay. So these are the three things, that is people and organizations involved in that particular field, that is IETF, Internet Engineering Task Force, and ICANN, Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, and third one is World Wide Web, that is World Wide Web Consortium, that is referred as a W3C, that is Web Standards. Then in Internet, we are going to discuss the layered architecture of Internet protocol. Okay, so first, the Internet uses a layered hardware or software architecture. It is otherwise called as OSI model, that is Open System Interconnection model. In that OSI model, there are 7 layers are present. The first one is physical layer, and second one is a data link layer, third is network layer, and fourth is transport layer, and fifth one is session layer, sixth one is presentation layer, and final one, seventh is application layer. So this OSI model consists of 7 layers. The 7 layers are going to support the particular layered architecture. So first, we are going to discuss about physical layer. Yeah, physical layer is a device using such as Ethernet, coaxial cables, and fiber optic lines and modems. These are the things represented physical layer. The next one is the data link layer. In data link layer, the basic hardware protocols like Ethernet, Wi-Fi, DSL, and PPP. These are the basic hardware protocols available in data link layer. Then network or internet layer. This is the very basic software protocol, that is internet protocol. So already we said that a lot of internet protocols are available, that is FTP, HTTP, SNMP, SMTP, like this file transfer protocol, hypertext transfer protocol, and simple network management protocol, and simple mail transfer protocol. Then the transport layer, it adds the reliability to a network layer using TCP and UDP. TCP in the sense transmission control protocol, and UDP is a user datagram protocol. Then final, the application layer. The application layer implements specific communication for each kind of program, either HTTP, POP3, or IMAP, SSH, and FTP like this. So here the OSI model consists of 7 layers. Then left side is called as data, and right side is the layer. Okay, the data is equal to bits, frames, packets, segments like this. Next, the internet protocol, that is IP. A simple protocol for attempting to send data between 2 computers, that is called as well IP. A simple protocol for attempting to send data between 2 computers. That means that each device has a 32-bit IP addresses written as 4 8-bit numbers. In 4 8-bit numbers, first 8-bit and second 8-bit, third and fourth. This first 4 8-bit number 145. This one is .10, and third one is .34, and fourth one is .3. Then the 4 8-bit numbers is 0 to 255. Okay, this is your IP address. Suppose we can find out your internet IP address. Internet protocol IP address means you just type what is my IP.com. Otherwise, find out your local IP address means in a terminal you type ipconfig. For Windows means ipconfig Windows. Either we are using Mac or Linux means we put ipconfig Mac or Linux. In that we got your local IP address, which IP address you are working. Okay. Next, the transmission control protocol TCP. The purpose of TCP is adds multiplexing as well as guaranteed message delivery on a top of internet protocol. That means TCP adds multiplexing, guaranteed message delivery on top of the internet protocol. Then we are going to discuss a multiplexing type. What is that multiplexing? Yeah, multiple programs using the same IP address. That is called as what? Multiplexing. Multiple programs using the same IP address. Here, the declared port values, that is port is port. What is my port? A number given to each program or service is called as port. Here we mentioned port 80, port 25, port 22, and port 5190. So here, the port 80 is a web browser. That is port 443 for secure browsing. Okay. Either here the port 80 is for web browser. Okay. In that, the port 443 is used for the secure browsing, and the port 25 is allotted for email. At the same time, the port 22 is allotted for SSH, and finally the port 5190 is allotted for AOL instant messages. There are more common ports available in the transmission control protocol. In some programs like games, streaming media programs, uses simpler UDP protocol instead of transmission control protocol. Then the second topic we are going to discuss, that is the World Wide Web, WWW. In that, there are two main things available in World Wide Web. That is, one is web server and another one is web browsers. First, we are going to discuss about a web server. Okay, what is my web server? Web server is a software that listens for web page request. Web server is a software that listens for each web page request. Next, web browser. Web browser going to fetches or displays the documents from web servers. Either, for example, is the Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Internet Explorer, IE, that is mentioned IE, and Apple Safari, and Google Chrome, and Opera Mini. So this one is the example of for web browser. This screenshot is an example of web browser, and this one is for your web server. Next, going to discuss the domain name system, that is DNS. What is meant by domain name system? Yeah, domain name system is a set of servers that map return names to IP addresses. That map names to IP addresses. Example, www.cswashington.edu. Here, the IP address is 128.208.3.88. Many systems maintain a local cache called a host file. For example, Windows, that is C:/Windows/system32/drivers/etc/host. For Mac, So slash private dot etc dot host. For Linux slash etc slash host. Then uniform resource locator. We are going to discuss about the uniform resource locator, that is URL. What is meant by URL? Yeah, URL is an identifier for the location of a document on a website. The basic URL is http://www.aw-bc.com/information/register/index.html. Here, the HTTP is the protocol and the www.aw-bc.com is your host, and the final one is index.html is your path. First, upon entering this URL into the server, it would first thing is ask the domain name system server for the IP address of that particular above mentioned URL. Then second step is connect to that IP address at port 80. Third one is ask the server to get information registration or index.html. Then final is, that is the fourth step, is display the resulting page on the screen. Then the more advanced URLs is available. That is, first one is anchor, that jumps to a given section of a web page. In http://www.textpad.com/download/index.html. That is download. It fetches index.html, then jumps down to a part of the page labeled downloads. Then port. Port is for web servers on ports other than the default. That is 80 http://www.cs.washington.edu/8080/secret/money.txt. This is for the port definition. Then query string. What is my query string? Yeah, a set of parameters passed to a web program is called a query string. For example, is http://www.google.com/search=2 plus failure and start is equal to 10. Here, the parameter q is set to miserable plus failure, and the parameter is set to 10. The next thing is your HTTP, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. The Hypertext Transfer Protocol is the set of commands understood by a web server and sent from a browser. Some HTTP commands that is your browser sends this internally. First one is get file name, that is download, and post file name is send a web form response, and put file name is upload. Yes, simulating a browser with the terminal window means talent www.cs.washington.edu, the port is 80. First of all, we are going to trying to find out the particular IP address, that is 128.208.3.88. The second step is connected to the particular IP address 128.208.3.88. Then escape character is your J. Then get /index.html means there is doc type HTML public /w3c/DTD. Then HTML version 4.0. The closing is HTML. This is called as a Hypertext Transfer Protocol. In Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, what are the error codes should be available means when something goes wrong, the web browser returns a special error code number to the browser, possibly followed by a HTML document. These are the common error codes having the number and meaning. If the number error code number is 200 means that is okay. Either the error code number is 3012, 303 means the page has been moved. That means permanently or temporarily. Either the number showing error code number is 403 means you are forbidden to access the particular page. Either the number showing 404, that is the page should not be found. And the number 500 means that is having some internal server error. Next one is internet media MIME types. Sometimes when including resources on a page, that means style sheet, icon, multimedia object, we specify the type of data. Here we can specify the type of data is MIME type as well as file extension. In MIME type, they're showing text/HTML means it is .html. Then the text/plain means it is .txt, and image/gif is .gif. Where the MIME type is image/JPEG means the file extension is .jpg. Then the MIME type is video/QuickTime is the file extension is .mov. Then the MIME type is application/actor stream is .exe. There are list of MIME types by type and by extensions is available. Then web languages and web technologies. What are the languages available for website and web technology? First one is the hypertext markup language HTML. It is used for writing web pages. And the cascading style sheets CSS is a stylistic information for the web pages. And PHP, that is hypertext processor, it dynamically creates pages on a web server. Then JavaScript, it is interactive and programmable web pages. Then asynchronous JavaScript and XML is called as AJAX. It is you going to accessing a data for the particular web applications. Then XML, that is extensible markup language. This is a meta language for organizing a data. Then SQL, that is structured query language. It is going to interact with the databases, whatever we are having. Then the third topic, that is basic HTML, that is basics of hypertext markup language. So hypertext markup language HTML describes the content and structure of information on a web page. That is not the same in an appearance of a screen. It surrounds text content with opening and closing tags, and each tag name is called as your element. Suppose, for example, syntax is open braces, element, close braces, in between content, and open braces / element. For example, open braces P, close braces, this is a paragraph, open braces / P, that is close function. So most white space is significant in HTML. That means that ignored or collapsed to a single space. We will use a stricter, more standard version called as XHTML, the extensible hypertext markup language. Now we are going to discuss the structure of an HTML page. This is the basic structure of HTML page. That is open braces HTML, close braces. Then second one is head. That is third one is information about the page, and the fourth is /head, close braces. In between we are having some space, that is body. After that the page content should be shown, and next of the page contents closing that close braces /body, close braces. Then final is where open braces /HTML, close braces. This is the basic structure of HTML page, starting HTML and closing HTML. Okay, in between you have to in the head you have got the information about the pages, and in behalf of the body you're going to write the page contents. The header describes the page and the body contains the page contents. An HTML page is saved into a file ending with extension, that is .html. And the structure of an HTML page continues with the header describes the page and the body contains the page contents. An HTML page is saved into a file ending with extension, already we said, that is .html, but this is not quite the syntax we will use. Okay. See the next slide. That is doc type HTML public W3C DTD XHTML. Okay. So in that we are using the same thing, that is the doc type and XMLNS additions tell the browser to interpret our page code as XHTML. Then the latest or greatest translation of the language is called as well XHTML. This is the page title. That is it describes the title of the particular web page. That is open basis title, close basis. Either we put chapter 1 or chapter 2 like that, and HTML basics, open basis / title, close basis. It is placed within the head of the page. The page title is placed in the head of the page. It displays in the web browser's title bar and when bookmarking the particular page. Then the next thing is our paragraph, that is B. In that, it is placed within the body of the page. We are going to discuss the more paragraph examples and headings, that is H1, H2 up to H6 or etc. Headings to separate the major areas of the page or block. So this is H1 to H1, that is University of Hooghly, and H2 is we can write a name, that is a Department of Computer Science, the department, and third H3 to H3 is sponsored by Microsoft. In that we are going to write H1 up to H6. What are the informations we want? Okay. Next one is horizontal rule. We are going to follow the horizontal rules. That means a horizontal line to visually separate sections of a page. That means block. So in that first paragraph as well as second paragraph, and should be immediately closed with a / arrow. Let me conclude the introduction to web programming. Thank you. Thank you.